5 o'clock news. I'm Donnie Delfini. Today's top stories. It's the 10th anniversary of Elian Gonzalez's return to Cuba, the first documented case of anyone returning to Cuba. Elian Gonzalez was the first boy who was reunited with his father in Cuba after a long journey on a raft to America. Disney announced plans to make a film based off his journey called Fidel Castro and Me. Greece announced today that they will need the activation of financial rescue package to prevent economic ruin, because nothing says prosperity when you are surrounded by actual ruins. In other financial news, a recent report revealed financial regulators surfing for porn during their work hours. So basically just like Emperor Nero fiddled while Rome collapsed. These financial regulators diddled as Wall Street collapsed. In recent world news, there has been one story that has been a mainstay for the past 2 weeks. Eyjafjallajökull volcano in Iceland has been delaying numerous transatlantic flights and adding to the further woe of that island nation. For more, we join correspondent Taylor Zwisher, who is in the Icelandic capital Reykjavik now. So Taylor, how's the report out there?
It doesn't look too good here, Donnie. Although some of the ash has subsided, it doesn't look like Bjork nor will Sigur Rós be returning anytime soon.
But Bjork and Sigur Rós, what do they have to do about this?
Well, it's quite simple, Donnie. You see, Iceland has a very different economy than ours. You see.
Wait, what does the economy have to?
Hey now, hold your horses. I'm getting there. Just give me a sec. Now, where was I? Oh yes. You see, our economy is based on the exports of natural resources and whatnot. You know what I mean? Anyway, here in Iceland, their economy is based off music, pure, unadulterated indie music.
Wouldn't that be a bad idea?
It sure was, Donnie. You see, the Icelandic government was hoping that both Bjork and Sigur Rós would be the next Madonna and Beatles and sell millions and millions of copies. Unfortunately, those two Icelandic acts fell a little bit short, since very few people even know where Iceland is.
Why is that?
Something about not having maps. You know, our education, such as like South Africa and the Iraq. Anyway, it didn't happen, which one led to the financial collapse there in Iceland back in 2008.
What does this have to do with Eyjafjallajökull?
Let me finish. Gosh, I bet I wouldn't get this at CNN. Sometimes you make me wonder why I turned down that offer to work for them. Oh right, their lack of credibility. Anyway, as soon as their economy went down the toilet, things started going downhill. Banks closed, shops closed, the world kept going about its business. And then this volcano erupts. Coincidence? Hardly. Though, through some investigation reporting, I found out that the volcano and the economic crisis are directly related. You see, it has just been revealed to me that there is a million-year-old tradition that involves this volcano. The Icelanders every year hike up the volcano, which they believed is the home of their GD, who they must appease by feeding it. Therefore, when they get up to the top of the volcano, they throw all their money into the lava in order to feed their GD, since it only takes cash. No money, no feeding, all eruption. It's that simple.
That doesn't make much sense.
Well then how do you explain how they lost all that money? What do you want me to do now? Actual investigative research?
Thank you, Taylor Zwisher. We now take the time in this broadcast to take a look at the weather with Zebulon Tinkelman.
Thank you, Donnie. I'd first like to apologize last week for invoking the name of God during my weathercast yesterday. The flooding was not caused by the need to wipe out you soulless sodomites, but rather too much rain. I'm sorry if I sent anyone anywhere into a frenzy. There is no need to send me emails expressing some sort of outrage. I have a Twitter account. Back to the weather. Today is going to be hot, 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 which means if I'm interpreting this correctly,
this rapture has come to punish you godless hedonists in a lake of fire. Kneel before your golden calf, Philistines. Hell hath risen to incinerate the earth ridgy of your existence.
So make sure you dress warmly, or you'll boil in your own skin. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Zebulon. Now, we'd like to present to you an investigation into something that affects all of us. Today, there is much distrust of our leaders. as manifested by pro-American activists taking part in an organization named after a tradition that is decidedly British. It seems more and more that, like, the authority can't be trusted, pushing onto us things like public education, public libraries, and public hospitals. So does that mean we can't trust our own school administrations? Chris Gonzalez files this report.
Every day, millions upon millions of students file past the front office.
But what goes on in there all day? These people live lives tucked away from society, leaving the office only once or twice a day in order to, what I believe, feed. We sat down with one of these outcasts to try and figure out what exactly goes on in the office.
Everything to, you're reading the visitors that come in, the parents, and we also have people from central office come over. I also take care of the mail, both the inter-school and the U.S. mail that comes in, and I have office aides that help me with that.
I had to find out more. She seemed too evasive. That's when I was contacted by an anonymous tipster who wanted to help. Let's call him benevolent journalist, or BJ for short.
What was it you wanted to tell me?
Follow the money.
Is that it?
Follow the money.
I don't even know why I bother anymore.
Looks like I had hit a dead end, but I had the strangest feeling that I was being followed. I didn't remember what happened to me, but I knew something wasn't right.
Da, 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 da.
Thank you, Chris Gonzalez. From all of us here at the 5 o'clock news, top of the evening to you.